After 5 days of deliberation by a 12-person jury at a federal court in New York, British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell was found guilty on 5 of the 6 counts in a sex trafficking case: transporting a minor with the intent to commit sexual activity, sex trafficking of a minor, 2 conspiracy counts related to this transportation, and perjury in relation to a prior testimony she gave in 2016. In this video, we're focusing on a story that has remained not just a subject of debate, but has also witnessed some conspiracy theories for years: the conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell now faces up to 65 years in prison, but according to media reports, this goes far beyond Maxwell. This is because her case is inextricably linked to her years of association with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the numerous powerful figures they were alleged to have maintained close relations with, and the many victims of sexual abuse and trafficking. A financier, broker, and socialite, Epstein had been the subject of investigation by US federal authorities since the 2000s, first over allegedly sexually abusing his daughter, and later convicted in 2008 for soliciting sexual activity from an underage prostitute. However, instead of serving substantial prison time, Epstein's conviction only lasted 13 months with a work release, as he received a non-prosecution agreement, or a plea deal, from Florida-based federal prosecutor Alex Acosta. The plea deal mandated Epstein to register as a sex offender and pay the victims he was alleged to have sexually abused. Acosta has since served as Secretary of Labor under the Trump administration from 2017 to 2019. But according to the Chicago Tribune in November 2020, a Justice Department report labeled Epstein's plea deal as poor judgment on the part of Acosta. While this truncated conviction took place largely behind closed doors at the time, Epstein was again arrested in July 2019 on charges of sex trafficking minors in Florida and New York. Only a month into his time in custody as he was awaiting trial, Epstein was found dead in his New York jail cell. But the story doesn't end there. Apart from their own crimes, Epstein and Maxwell have gained global notoriety for maintaining an extensive and high-profile clientele that includes former Presidents Trump and Bill Clinton, UK royal family member Prince Andrew, and several Hollywood celebrities. Here, Epstein and Maxwell have been alleged to have not only solicited underage girls to engage in sexual acts with several of these figures at one of Epstein's residences or aboard his private jet, but also maintained logs and records of all their clients. In August 2019, media coverage of the circumstances around Epstein's death revealed potential lapses in the jail's security standards that night, and mentioned the powerful figures that Epstein and Maxwell personally knew. As a result, the general public and social media quickly began popularizing conspiracy theories about the case, particularly with the phrase "Epstein didn't kill himself" spreading like wildfire to this day. Meanwhile, following Epstein's death, the justice system's focus shifted onto his closest associate and aide in these crimes, Ghislaine Maxwell, culminating in Maxwell's conviction. While several victims have publicly celebrated the conviction, uncertainty and questions remain over the truth about some of Epstein and Maxwell's clients. In 2001, for instance, Epstein and Maxwell were alleged to have trafficked Virginia Giuffre to Prince Andrew. Giuffre was 17 at the time and later described her experience in detail, accusing Prince Andrew of sexual assault, labeling Maxwell as an overseer and manager of Epstein's sex trafficking network, and calling on people to support her fight for justice. Prince Andrew denied the allegations in a televised interview, but stepped away from any public duties due to widespread criticism of his conduct during the interview. According to the BBC, the trial did not hear any evidence against any wrongdoing committed by Prince Andrew, and as such, one of the most high-profile allegations by a victim against a known associate of Epstein and Maxwell has not yet been proven in court. However, Reuters has reported that Epstein's 2009 financial settlement with Giuffre will be released to the public next week, while a hearing on Giuffre's civil lawsuit against the prince is scheduled to take place in the new year. Meanwhile, Ghislaine Maxwell faces up to 65 years in prison for the 5 charges she has been found guilty of. For The Print, this is Raghav Bikhchandani. For more, log on to theprint.in and follow us on social media.